Good evening and welcome to Season 16 of Next Gen. This is the Group A1 Tourers and we are here at Silverstone Classic. I'm just going to try and find out which year to circuit this is. As you can see, we've got 14 drivers in, so good numbers again this week, which is always good to see. And we are at the 1975 to 1986 circuit for the Classic. Now, I'm going to run through the cars. So we're all in BMW M3 E30s, Group A era. Obviously a great little car, very, very drivable. But as you can see, we have multiple of the same livery. So you've got Ginger Poisson in the blue and white BMW, DY House in the red and white. We also have the LEDs in the red and white, with Light Blade in the blue, dark blue and white. We have the Dizzler in the light blue, white and dark blue. Tyler House in the silver and red. We've got Johnny in the silver and red. Shadow Stalker is in the silver and red. Bob Mark 1 in the light blue, red and white. Bullfish in the light blue, red and white, and a Morris in the light blue, red and white. Scuba G in the yellow and blue, with Tim and Jack 23 Synopsis also in the yellow and blue. Now, there's a very good reason this week why we've done this. Normally, obviously, they're in their own liveries, but this week, particularly tomorrow, the 4th of February, is World Cancer Day, and I'm quite appreciative of the boys that they have decided. I've asked them, could we run colours for the Cancer Research UK company? And someone's got it very, very wrong coming through the first corner. Could we run colours of Cancer Research UK to raise awareness of it? And in the comments there is going to be a link to the Just Giving page where we're trying to raise money this week for Cancer Research UK and raise awareness of it, as it's a massive thing, really, especially to me and obviously others at Next Gen. We all know people who've had it, so every little helps. But anyway, back to the action. We're here at 1975 Silverstone, BMW M3 E30s. Let's have a look, hopefully, at some standings. As Jack comes down the back. Let's go on board in with Jack as well. So we'll have a lap with Jack first. So we're going to come into Woodcut, this chicane right to finish and then start the lap. So here we go, out of Woodcut, we get up towards Cops Corner. Very fast right-hander. You've got to go careful, this one just nips on the exit on you. Down to third, gradually bring the throttle in, run it out as wide as you can. Try not to touch that curb, you will probably spin. Out of there, you head towards Maggots. It's an absolute flat left-hander. And into Beckett's. Hit the brakes really hard, it's tighter than you think going in. Down into second. Just got to wait just a little bit longer for the to hit the accelerator, but out you come as you flick it left on through the Chapel Curve and down the Hangar Straight. Head all the way down the straight. And then you hit the brakes for Stowe. Again, hit the brakes down to third. Line it up as straight as you can and put the throttle in. Down to Club, again, another fast medium to medium right-hander. You're going to go down to third again. Again, get it turned in, and once you're happy that the car is in a straight enough line mid-corner, you bring the throttle in to head all the way down. Down to the Abbey Curve. This should be flat, yeah, absolutely pinned. Nothing wrong with that from Jack. He's up on his time, but not by enough right now. Down Farm Straight and into the Woodcut chicane. Which is kind of weird, because Woodcut now is just a little flick. Down to third, flick it right. Just clip the curbs, not too much because you will spin the car. Jack absolutely pinned on the way out, and he puts it on pole position with 134.2, and it's immediately beaten by Light Blade 2K18 behind him. A great start to qualifying then from Light Blade 2K18. Exactly what the docs ordered. Anna Morris there in third place. In the number 38 car. So let's have a look then at the standings. Jack Team 53 Synopsis does lead this championship. He is on 75 points, 9 in front of Anna Morris, who is on 66. Scooby G is on 57 with DY7 on 47. Webby's Johnny is on 44 with the Les on 41. Four Fish, after his first podium in the Group A1s ever, is on 38. Tyler House is on 36. Jorino has 33, with Cameron through Dis sat on 30. Light Blade is on 27, Lionel Griesby also on 27. Shadowstalker DBS is on 21, Bruce Lee Harding on 16. Tim is on 14, Bomb Mark 1 on 8. The Dizzler on 5, and Hurlo 85 sat on 3 points right now. So DY House 7. Someone going very, very wide. That is Tim. And there goes Tyler House around the Abbey curve. He's currently 1.1 up on his current best lap time. So Bomb Mark 1's up there now. He's in 5th, only 1.8 behind Light Blade. It's a great effort by him so far. Someone's absolutely had the tyres there. And Tyler House puts it 10th on the grid right now with 2 minutes 41 remaining. Bomb Mark 1 then up into 5th. There's a great effort, and he's going quicker again. Only by 0.1, so he's not quite going to make a move here on Scooby G, but he is right on the tail of him. I believe that's 4, yeah, that's 4 Fish behind, getting a benefit of a tow around this airfield circuit. Through club. You can see 4 Fish jumping Bob here, but potentially the pair of them could jump. Oh, I say he could jump Scooby G. No, Scooby G's now putting a time that is half a second off of the pace of Light Blade. Down into Woodcut. I fear that might be a cut track there for Bob. He is slower. 4 Fish does take advantage of the tow, puts it 5th on the grid so far. The Les through the chicane. He now puts it into 6th, so pushing Bob down as Webby's Johnny also goes quicker, puts it 7th on the grid with just 1:20 to go. Here comes DY House 7. He crosses the line, he puts it in 8th place, putting Bob down another spot. Oh, there's a big collision. That's Tyler House and Ginger Poisson. That looks like a big accident. I'm going to take a punt. Not that that's a pun, obviously. I think Tyler House may have clipped the grass through the Abbey curve. And as unfortunately Ginger, possibly nowhere to go, has T-boned him there, because that's a lot more damage on Tyler's car than it is on Ginger's. Let's have a look, see who's due to be coming in next. Light Blade there. Jack's just go around the first corner. There's 4 Fish, so it'll be Bob and 4 Fish. The next people across the line. Bob down to 9th right now, but he's not far away. If he can get this chicane right, he lost a lot of time through it last time. He's got on the power early, he needs to get it on earlier through in the second part. He's not full throttle on the way out, but he does improve, not by enough though, stays 9th. 4 Fish staying there in 5th. Light Blade, who's only got 0.079 of a second to spare. over Adam Morris, who's not going to complete another lap. Webby's Johnny across the line. He puts it 5th on the grid, so Fullfish down a place right now. Tyler House with Ginger Poison. They're going side by side in qualifying. Not normally the best idea. There's the Dizzler. He's got a bit of damage to his car. He comes into Woodcut. Through the chicane. He stays where he is. Shadow Stalker now coming across the line. He can't do much more. Who's this? Missing people. Here comes Jack across the line. He can't do any more. He stays in 3rd place. So now it's just Fullfish. Bob. I think Lightblade is behind him. Yes, but Lightblade's run wide, and that'll be the qualifying lap over for him. Up by 0.03 of a second on his current time. I won't have to move many positions here. You can still have a mega final corner. Enough power, yes, a little bit of a confidence lift. He's not happy with it. Drifting across the line, does put it in 5th place. So, qualifying is over, and this is your grid. Lightblade takes pole position. A fantastic effort by that man there. Adam Morris lines up alongside. Row 2 is Jack, TM53 Synopsis, and Scooby G. Row 3, Fullfish and Wavies of Johnny. Row 4 is the Les and DY 7. Row 5, Bob Mark 1 and Ginger Poisson. Row 6 is Tyler House and the Dizzler. Row 7, Shadowstalker and Tim to round out. Tim a little bit off the pace here, but nothing that's too sinister, shall we say. So we're just waiting the race to get underway then. If you are watching, do put comments. It's always good to see what you guys think. Here at Silverstone Classic. Who do you think's going to win? And potentially, who could be driver of the day? We're bound to find out. Lightblades on pole. Here we have 3 red lights. We are green at Silverstone Classic. And Adam Morris has got a great start off the line. He's going to go into the lead, heading up towards Cobb's Corner. And big collision behind. I say big. Someone's off in the weeds. I think that's Tyler House. Looks like a bit of shuffling in the pack. But we're pretty much, apart from that one incident, we're underway cleanly. Well, I think Ginger might got hooked up in that as well. He's, actually there's quite a few that are a little bit behind. But we head into Beckett's, and Lightblade is on the tail of Adam Morris, but this is the little gaggle here for 3rd. Jack is currently leading them, coming out through the Chapel Curve. Someone's just been pushed a little bit wide there. Looks like Scooby G with the Les. Jack heading into Stowe on the inside way to Johnny. Will keep the position. Fullfish though is now going to have a look at Johnny, maybe into Club Corner. He's got to go careful though. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake there from Johnny. He just gripped the car up a bit too much. And someone in the back, I think that's Tim, has had a bit of a mare on this opening lap. But Fullfish is now looking all over the back here of Wavies of Johnny. Coming down towards Woodcut Chicane for the first time of 13. Johnny seems a bit wayward here with his lines. He almost looks like he's going to keep clipping the grass. And Bob Mark 1 sends it down the inside of the Les. And he goes, thank you very much. That was a cracking move, and I don't know where Johnny's off to, but he's now collected Bob. That's a bit of a shame there for Bob. And that's a bit naughty, that, from maybe to Johnny. He just carried on. I don't know what Johnny was doing. He went onto the grass, came back on. He's taken Bob out after Bob made a phenomenal move into the woodcut chicane. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm afraid, Johnny, that might go against you, I'm afraid, mate. Not ideal. Meanwhile, at the front, Adam Morris is now having to defend here from Lightblade. Lightblade looking down the inside. Still looking, decides it better of it. Bit of drift coming out of Stowe, down towards Club Corner then. Again, thinks about it, but thinks better of it. Meanwhile, further behind, we have DY House 7 and the Les. We're going to stick back to this battle coming into the woodcut chicane. Because Lightblade is right there. He's going to force Adam onto a slightly tighter line here, which could compromise the leader's exit. It just looks like a nicer line here from Lightblade. Although I think Adam's got on the path really nicely actually through the middle part of the chicane. Jack just waiting in turn there behind. See, this is Turbo Monday. Meaning fastest lap gets you a point as well. And Jack is in the right place right now. Double slipstream. And the two leaders are attacking each other. Now they head into Beckett's. See the different lines used between the roads. I mean, this place is about 5 car widths. You see there, it's like 5-6 car widths wide. It's absolutely massive. But Lightblade, he's now looking down the inside here of Stowe. Again, he's not going to be close enough. See, that's trying to maybe cut the corner, just to square it off a bit, and it's not quite working. Also, they've got to be a bit wider. Further in the background, though, Scuba G's having issues trying to get past Fourfish, who's on for another good result here. But further behind, you got the Les going down the inside of DY House 7. Move completed through Club Corner. Or is it Fourfish has run very wide coming out of Club? And Scuba G is going to, well, I would say have the inside arm. That's someone off a bit wide. I think that's the Les running off a bit wide out of the Abbey curve. And here comes DY House 7, collision between the leads. The Les is on his roof. Scooby G is into the wall. I need to have another look at that on the replay, I think. So just coming in, Les taps. I think that's Johnny. I don't know whether they might have actually tapped the back of Scooby G as well. There's the Dizzler. There is the Les. He's pretty beaten up BMW now. Hard to tell what really happened, who really moved where, but he's got a much lightened car. And Jack Lee is setting the pace right now, 133.9. They're in third place. Again, Lightblade looking. Again, Lightblade not close enough. Again, he's got it sideways and he's lost a bit of time coming out of there. Jack's going to be on him coming out of Club. Lightblade needs to stop drifting the car. Because I think his strongest part is this first part of the lap. We're coming down towards starting at the woodcut chicane. But instead, he's now got Jack all over him. Heading down towards the woodcut chicane. Hit the brakes. Jack a bit earlier on the brakes, just trying to get that line. Absolutely flat through the second part of that chicane there. It's all stalemate right now. You guys have an under pressure from Johnny. Miss for 5th place. Johnny immediately going defensive. Not Johnny, sorry. DY House 7 going defensive, but going back across the racing line as they head into Copse Corner. For already lap number 5. Meanwhile, Lightblade again. He's closer this time down. Adam Morris is having to go a slightly more defensive line. And Lightblade, he's definitely close enough now. He's going to hit the brakes down the inside, surely. Still can't quite do it. Adam manages to get the brakes on later. Manages to get around the corner faster. So it's great driving from the leader. And he needs to do this. He's only 9 points behind Jack here. And so far, I think Jack would be taking the honours of fastest lap. So head into the Woodcut chicane. And so lap number 6 they go. Meanwhile, DY7 was defending from Johnny, but Johnny's now having to defend from Scooby G, who is the reigning and defending Group A1 title winner. See that Johnny's car very much battered state. BMW are going to be rubbing their hands together right now. So some very rather large, expensive repair bills from this race. And somewhere, we haven't seen him, but Jack has got past Lightblade now. And surely he's going to try and go after Adam here. He's having an absolute stellar season right now as Jack. He's leading by 9 points. He managed to finish off his Bathurst Demons and finally win a Group A race round there. And now he's on the back of Adam Morris coming down through Abbey Curve. Down to the Woodcut chicane. Adam's got no choice but to defend now. And Jack, he isn't going to try sending around the outside. He's going to brake early. Yes, he does. But Lightblade really did have a good look there. Adam's got such a good... I don't know how he does it, but you look at Jack's line into the chicane, you think, yeah, that's a better line there. And actually, in turn, as Jack makes the mistake, he goes sideways through Cop's corner. And Lightblade will retake second place, but they need to stop. Almost overtaking each other. They need to now work together to get back onto Adam Morris. Meanwhile, maybe to Johnny, still has Scooby G on him as they head into Beckett's. Another one is the Les, and we can't use that camera. He doesn't actually have it anymore. He doesn't really have any cameras anymore, does the Les? And the bumper one might still be working. Yes, he's on the back of Ginger Poisson. This for 8th place. Lightblade's pulling a little bit of a gap here on Jack. Jack would be currently losing 6 points, possibly 5 right now. This is before any drop scores are announced. And here comes the Les. It looks like Ginger Poisson again, a little bit too sideways coming out of club corner. And the Les just says, thank you very much, I'll be having that one. And just behind is Bob. Now, remember, Bob made one of the most unbelievable overtakes. I think overtake of the Group A1s tonight into the chicane. He's just cut that a little bit too much there. Meanwhile, Scooby down the inside at Cobb's corner, makes the move done here on Webby to Johnny. But Johnny will not go down quietly. He will have a bit of fight in him. Yeah, down the inside of Beckett. That's a great move from Webby to Johnny on Scooby G. Scooby's still there alongside, coming through Chapel Curve. It's going to be a bit of a drag race down the hanger straight towards Stowe Corner. Almost a bit of door banging. They hit the brakes, head into Stowe, and Johnny making sure he's hanging Scooby G out to dry here. And the move is finally completed there for Webby's Johnny. A great little comeback there, and almost like a second wind coming out of Copse Corner. And amazingly, Adam's been caught because he's got Lightblade all over his chuff again. Lightblade a little bit sideways that through the chicane. He's going to lose him a few tenths. Flash of the lights. Wants to say, I'm here. Don't ignore me. Jack has spun it. Well, he's half spun it to the inside of Copse Corner. Where is Fourfish? Fourfish is just entering Copse Corner. Johnny, that messed. That car is absolutely compact. The M3 compact, ladies and gentlemen. E30 version. The Les has gone backwards. He's now gone a bit wide. Bob McGuan up into 9th, looking at Ginger Poisson for 8th place. Bit of a shame there for Jack. He was running well, but can't always have great days. Different line here from Bob going through Chapel Curve. I think it will benefit him. He's just gradually reeling in Ginger coming up the at the hanger straight into Stowe. Meanwhile, Johnny gradually catching back up to DY House 7. Got a bit of a gap here to Scooby G, which he'll be thankful for. And again, Lightblade's lost a bit of time through the chicane, but gained it back on the exit. And you know what? He's not finished, is he? Oh, runs onto the grass a little bit, and we have got a fight on our hands. Lightblade 2K18 looking for a win this season in the Group A1 Tourers. He hits the brakes into Beckett's. Thus far, Adam Morris has driven perfectly. He's taken the lead off the start line, and no one's got past him. We head past Tim there, who's just being lapped. So a little bit early on the brakes, but a little less stabbed. But still, he gets that drift. It needs to be right on Adam going down here, out of club. He needs a run into the chicane, I think, is going to be Lightblade's best bet. Scooby G has gone past both DY House and Johnny, and behind DY House 7 having to defend. If you haven't just joined, and you can see the colours are almost in like teams. The colours representing Cancer Research UK. We are raising awareness and funds, hopefully, for the charity, as it is World Cancer Day tomorrow, Tuesday the 4th of Feb. So I've asked all the league hosts whether we can run the Cancer Research UK colours. So the blue, the pink, the red in this case, and the lighter blue. So that's why we've got these certain liveries on track. It's a horrible, horrible disease, which we want to try and get rid of as fast as possible. The Bob has gone down a bit in the order, down to 10th now, as he heads on to lap 11 of 13. Weird this is from the Group A1s, just spread out a bit near the end, which is a bit weird. That looks like Tim, I think. letting people through. Meanwhile, at the front, Lightblade 2K18 is still 4 tenths behind Adam Morris. These two really looking to win. Obviously, Adam Morris wants to pull off, pull back as many points as possible to Jack before round 6 next week. Obviously, round 6 before the break week. But Lightblade has other ideas. He's right on the back of Adam Morris now, coming out of the Woodcook chicane. Onto the penultimate lap, up towards Copse Corner. He looks to the inside. Decides better of it again. He's practically pushing him. Up towards Maggots now. This flat left-hander. And into Beckett's. Hit the brakes, down to third. Down to second, in fact, for Lightblade. A little bit of a wiggle on the entry. That's lost him a touch of time. But he should gain that back through the slipstream, coming up the hanger straight. All the way up the hanger straight we go then. We're not actually pulling in Adam here. He's getting away now. We start pulling in, but it's too late. Before you hit Stowe. Again, Lightblade with that opportunity. And he's just lost the time now. And if he's not careful, he'll lose the toe. And that's when it gets critical. You cannot afford to lose the toe around Silverstone Classic. It's a massive no. And ZYO7 looking to try and reel in here. These three are starting to reel each other in, and not only that, they're actually starting to reel in 4 fish. All of a sudden, DYO7 on the back of Scooby G. I think Scooby G had to maybe have a confidence lift through the Abbey curve. D Whitehouse. That's like behind as well to Johnny. Whoa, D Whitehouse 7 almost loses the back end there. And Johnny's going to be right on him coming through Maggots. Johnny immediately looking for the inside line for Beckett, and I think he's got it there. Yes, he has. He's down the inside. They almost touch going through Beckett's, but it's going to be Johnny's corner, and he takes away 6th place. Well, Tyler House and the Dizzler at the back and give it a bit of a fight. But here we go, the final lap, the battle for the lead. Adam Morris really hasn't put a step wrong tonight. Goes immediately to the outside to make sure he's got the line for the chicane. Hits the brakes, down to third. Get it turned in. Do not get a penalty now. It's going to be Adam Morris who wins at Silverstone Classic, followed by Lightblade 2K18. Jack TM53 Synopsis will get 3rd place. Yet another podium this season for our current championship leader. Full Fish comes home in 4th. Another great result by him. Championship getting better and better. Scooby G takes 5th. Johnny takes 6th. And DYO7 spins across the line for 7th. Ginger Poisson will keep 8th, will he? Les looking for a gap. Can't find a gap. Ginger Poisson does take 8th from the Les. Bob Mark 1. It's such a shame. It could have been a lot better for him. He made a fantastic move of the night for me, Bob Mark 1. That was an absolute great lunge into the Woodcote chicane. Across the line for 10th place, a great result by him. Tyler House, 97, after being spun at the start, will claim 11th place in the end, not the result he would have wanted. The Dizzler will come home in 12th. Shadow Soccer DVS will come home in 13th. Tim has already finished in that wrecked BMW in 14th. We're just awaiting... just making sure he just gets through that chicane now. Across the line. And that's it. Provisional results then from Silverstone Classic. Lightblade 2K18 does not win. Adam Morris wins from Lightblade 2K18. Jack Team 3 Synopsis finishes in third with 4Fish fourth, Scooby G fifth, Ruby's Johnny is in sixth, DY House 7 is in seventh. Deleuze is not 8th, Ginger Poisson is 8th with Deleuze in 9th, Bob Mark 1 is in 10th, Tyler House 11th, The Dizzler 12th, Shadowstalker 13th. And Sim finishing 1 lap down. So, where next for the Group A1 Taurus? Well, next week we're back for the halfway point of the season, round number 6, and we head to Brands Hatch Indy, where it's a top 4 reverse grid. That's right, the short layout of Brands, and it's going to be hectic. There is no doubt about that. But next up is going to be the modern touring cars from Silverstone National. So stay tuned for that one. But for myself and the Group A1s, thank you for watching. I'd like to thank all the drivers for selecting their colours tonight for Cancer Research UK. Again, NXTGEN, we are this week raising awareness and funds for Cancer Research UK due to it being World Cancer Day tomorrow, Tuesday the 4th of February. Actually, try to raise money to beat this disease. But for myself and everyone at the Group A1s, thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.